I'm Chris Tuck, a financial advisor, CFP, with a passion for educating my clients about investing. My father-in-law, Scott Kleiman, founded the practice, and together with my wife, Lindsay, and amazing staff, we are making a place to feel more at home with investing. This is Advisors in Cars Getting Coffee. Today, we're taking out Florence Kawoczka, Executive Director of Habitat for Humanity of Bucks County. Habitat for Humanity of Bucks County holds a special place in my heart as sitting on the board of directors for the last several years. We're going to be picking up Florence in a Tesla Model 3, and we're going to be talking about charities, nonprofits, and gifting strategies. Hey guys, good morning. How are you? I got a neat car for us today.
Nice.
Figure out how to open it.
Yeah, and the little windows come down.
Pretty cool, right?
This is a nice
Great.
car.
Wow. There's nothing on the dashboard.
Welcome to the future.
That is really cool.
Wow. I love that screen.
Yeah.
And it looks like it adjusted up, didn't it? A little bit. I think it did.
I don't know.
Wow, what year is it?
Brand new. Model 3 Tesla.
Wow.
It's on, even though it doesn't sound like it.
Really?
I know.
I don't hear a thing.
All right.
It's beautiful.
Everything's on the computer. I don't know.
Does this have that
All right.
ludicrous mode or anything? Do you know
I don't think it
anything
has
about
any
it?
of that, but it's still really fast.
Mm-hmm.
And it just goes.
Wow, look at that.
Oh my gosh. No, there is no sound.
No sound.
That is kind of spooky.
Okay. Ready? We're going to hit 82 miles an hour and blast into the future.
Yeah, in 3
Whoa.
seconds. Be careful here. Oh, that is fast. Now that is fast. And that wasn't even that thing they call ludicrous
No,
mode.
that's just regular driving.
That's great. Do you want this up?
Because
Okay,
it's
put the
like
window up.
direct drive. It's just
Yeah.
direct,
Yeah, it never shifts,
right?
right? So
So it's beautiful.
Driving it here
Black.
is
Doesn't shift.
I was
Okay.
waiting for it to like go into the next gear, just never happened.
So it's
Wow.
black interior, which
Yeah.
is beautiful, and
Mhm.
white outside,
Yeah, it's my neighbor Chris's,
right?
and let us borrow it for the day, and I know he loves it.
The beautiful car inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just pull that lever up,
Yep. I just wanted
and
to
it'll
make sure.
pop open. Yeah.
There's another
I'm
car.
not sure how to get out of here. There we go. $15. We won't even need this amount of time, but let's go to breakfast. Thank you, Lindsay.
Thank you. Thanks for coming out today, Florence. Thanks for joining us. We're really excited to have you here. Really, the point of today is to talk about nonprofit organizations and for our clients to want to get involved with gifting, ways that they can get involved with organizations, either local or around the country. But before we get into that, why don't you start with your role as Executive Director of Habitat for Humanity Bucks County?
Great. Well, so I lead Habitat Bucks. We serve the whole county, and we have a great team of caring professionals who help us with our mission, which is all about affordable home ownership as well as making repairs to homes throughout the county.
It's really good. Florence, how do you see people or organizations wanting to get involved in helping a nonprofit?
Well, today we're seeing donors want to do more than just give the check. They really want to learn more about the nonprofit. So a lot of our donors are volunteering, which is great because then they really get to see the impact of their gift.
Okay, that's great. And how important are donors, just so people understand, how important are donors to nonprofits?
They're very important. Obviously, nonprofits, we're relying on the donor dollar to do our programming. And so it's also really important that donors get to know our story because then it's a ripple effect because they can help us get the word out in the community. So it really behooves us to find out how the donor wants to be related to, spoken to, approached. So we're very conscious of that because it's very important that the donor understands our story and can help us.
So Florence, from your point of view, you talk with a lot of donors. Do you have any tips or advice for our clients on ways that they can find an organization that aligns with kind of their mission and also finding an organization that's going to be a good steward of their assets?
Right. Well, I think it kind of starts with what's in your heart. Everyone has a cause that they can relate to, whether they feel strongly about helping to fix homelessness or help children or helping an organization like ours that is empowering people with homeownership or financial literacy. So kind of think to yourself exactly what you find important or what you may notice in your community there's a need, and then research it a little bit more. You'd probably be surprised to find out that you have some friends that are involved maybe on a board or a committee of a nonprofit, and find out what makes it tick, but then certainly make it personal by doing a little research on social media, go on the website, look at the financial statements of a nonprofit, as well as there are sites like Charity Navigator who will rank nonprofits by certain parameters.
Florence, how do you see people giving? You know, in what structure do you see them, either people or organizations, outright giving, naming your organization as a beneficiary? What ways do you see people able to do that?
Well, you hit on quite a few of them, and we see all that. Another recent trend we've seen, especially at the end of the year, was people giving from their mandatory IRA distribution. So we've got quite a few gifts that way.
Smart.
And then that idea of the reoccurring gift, so outright giving, but with a schedule of every month or every quarter, that's really valuable to a nonprofit to know what's coming in. And of course, being named beneficiary in a will, or there's a lot of ways that can happen in estate planning. A neat way that you can give to Habitat for Bucks County is you can donate your stuff to our restore. So you can donate your housewares, home furnishings to our stores. Perhaps you're relocating, maybe you're downsizing, maybe you're closing up the home of a family member, and so we'll take those items and we sell them in our store, and then the profits from our store enable us, they're sustainable funds for our programming.
That's a great way, and certainly Scott and myself, we've both used the Restore
Multiple times.
quite often to give our stuff.
That's great.
Really good.
Yeah. There we go.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Wow, thank you.
Thank
That looks
you.
great.
Oh my goodness.
Thanks, Lindsay.
Thank you.
So,
Don't expect a tip.
so we were talking about wills, like leaving people as a beneficiary in a will. So I'm always curious, do organizations like Habitat know when someone leaves them in their will? Like, are you made aware of that?
Not always,
Okay.
but we do know, and of course we would hope that
Sure.
we would be told, because that's good for our planning, knowing to look ahead. But also, then it's really important then, if we know that you've left us in your will, that you keep in touch with us to know what we're doing along the way. You know, how we're operating now, and of course where we're headed, so you can feel good about the legacy you're leaving.
That's great.
And it also is inspirational to others. So if you're willing to have it out there that you think enough about an organization to leave it in your will, that's going to inspire another donor. So that helps us.
Yeah. Florence, what are some interesting things you have seen at Habitat for Humanity of Bucks County as ways that people contribute or donate? As an example, in our practice, we once had a client that left her entire estate to a bird sanctuary, which is great. I mean, that's completely up to the person, but it was very interesting. What have you seen?
One interesting thing we had happen a couple of years ago is a couple actually sold their house to us at a loss, and so I guess it made sense for them tax-wise to do that, and then we were able to sell the house and use that money for our programming.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah. So speaking of taxes, then we just had a big change with the tax code. So have you noticed anything at your level as far as donors' patterns and the way they're giving?
Mm-hmm. We haven't seen any significant change. However, we had some donors approach us and say that they're starting to consider whether it might make sense for them to double up. So in other words, give a bigger gift one year and then take a year off. So we haven't seen that happen yet, but that's the only thing I would say.
Okay. Well, Florence, thank you so much for coming out today. I think this was really informative. I really like what you said earlier about it's really what's the person's heart when they're trying to find an organization. I think that is the most critical part in doing this type of planning, is exploring that, and that's really where the hard work needs to be done. So finding an organization that kind of aligns with their values, and then also is going to, like we said, be a good steward. And that's I think where the hard work needs to be done. From there, figuring out strategies on ways to give to the organization that can kind of fall into place. So for our clients that are interested in learning more on how they can do gifting or looking for organizations, I encourage them to reach out to our practice and start that planning process. Thanks again.
Thanks.
And thanks what you do for the community.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.